Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball and Carlos Baseball. And with me, Willpower. The season's over, man. The 60-game COVID season, so-called. It was not a long season, but it was an exciting season. We got to see no-hitters. We got to see triple plays. We got to see a lot of things that we will never get to see in the 162 games, man. It's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
It's
I'm really surprised. We actually saw two no-hitters.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny. We said that we had the video, and then we said, "Is there going to be another no hitter?" And we were like, "I don't think so." And then, like the next day, there was a no hitter.
Crazy how that happens, huh?
Yeah. So we got the brackets in already. We got all the teams that actually made it to the playoffs, which is pretty exciting. We have some teams that hadn't made it to the playoffs in quite some while. So let's just start with the first one: the Blue Jays and the Rays. What do you think of that match so far?
The Blue Jays were looking really good in the beginning of the season, and they haven't really been the same towards the end. It's really like just Ryu and a couple of the hitters that are really like keeping the team together. I don't know. I think they're going to get knocked out in the first round. Honestly,
So you're picking the Rays?
yeah, I picked the Rays.
Yeah, I'm picking the Rays as well. I know the hitting is for both of them are there. They're kind of equally matched. But when it comes to pitching, I think the Rays have way better pitching than the Blue Jays. But the Blue Jays made some trades to get some pitching, so maybe it'll help out. You never know. In these 3 games, one game could change the whole momentum of a team. I think the first game it's going to change every team's momentum. You could win the first game, and then from there, you win 2 games and you're into the next round. So it's a little different format than we're used to. But I think for sure, I think the Rays are taking this series. Let's move on to the. Go ahead.
The Toronto Blue Jays, with Ryu as their ace, they have a pretty good foundation right there. But when it comes to the Rays, you have Blake Snell, you have Charlie Morton, and Tyler Glasnow.
You just have a deeper
rotation. That's all you need in the playoffs. Yeah. That could win the whole thing.
Yeah.
As long as their offense shows up also. Now their offense isn't as good as some other teams in the picture. So they're not my pick to win the whole thing, but I don't know. It's going to be exciting to see them play.
So yeah, we both got the Rays right here. So let's go to the next series: Yankees Indians.
Shane Bieber, he's Cy Young. He's the best pitcher in baseball this season.
Yeah.
And him pitching game 1 against the Yankees, I really got to go with the Indians on that one. But the series in total, I don't think Zach Plesac really has the presence that that really dominates over a team like the Bronx Bombers. I really feel like guys like Luke Voigt, the league leading home run king, and Aaron Judge and Stanton and LeMahieu and Gary Sanchez, they have so many good hitters on the team that I don't think that the Indians will be able to compare up against the Yankees. So I think the Indians go game 1 and then the Yankees go 2 and 3.
Damn. Okay. Cool. I'm picking the Indians on this one because they have a 18-12 home record. The Yankees aren't so good on the road. They're 11-18. So I'm picking the Indians over the Yankees on this one. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? You're picking against the Yankees? But then you got to see how they finished the season. The Yankees didn't finish so hot, and the Indians did. So I'm picking the Indians. I'm against you on this one, Will. So we'll see who wins. We'll keep score. All right. So then.
Write that down.
Yeah. So let's go. Twins and Astros.
Astros are just not up to the expectations that everyone thought. Honestly, going into this season, I was thinking, Springer and Altuve and Correa and Reddick, they were thinking like, I got something to prove. Everyone thinks that the only reason why I was doing so good is because I knew what pitch was coming. But I think in their head, they were trying to think like, I'm much better than this. But as the season went on, they were making really bad errors in the field. They weren't hitting the ball so good. Correa started off really hot for the first month of the season.
And he fell off.
Everybody kind of like fell off,
Yeah.
So I did see a meme the other day that all 5 of the Astros main batters that are still on the team from 2017, their batting average was above 300 or close to 300 in 2017. And this year it's all 260 or below.
Wow. They do own the second worst record, away records, like we mentioned in the podcast before.
And
So yeah, it's not looking so good for the Astros. So I'm picking the Twins as well, only because they have a better record and they're playing at Target Field. So I gotta go with the Twins, and I don't like the Astros. Another, let's just put another asterisk to that. Let's move on, man. What do you think about the A's and the White Sox?
that's an interesting matchup.
I agree.
Both of those teams, they've been hot and they've been cold this whole season. And the A's won the division, and I think the White Sox got second in the division. They were really close. I think the Twins took it, but yeah,
It's a tough matchup. It's a tough matchup because it's equally matched.
They both have solid pitching. They both have solid offense, solid defense also from the position players. So that one's going to be a tough one. I know it's hard, man.
You got to pick one.
I'm going to go with the White Sox on this one, man.
With the White Sox,
I think their hitters are have just better quality at bats. That hit the ball a little bit harder.
Yeah.
As long as they all stay healthy throughout the series, I think they'll be good.
I can see why it's hard to pick, because the White Sox are going into the playoffs. They're not playing that well. They lost 8 out of their last 10 games going into the playoffs, so they don't look so hot. And then you have the A's. They weren't playing so hot at the end either. So it's kind of like, oh, what's going on? And then you have the A's going to that 1-game playoff the past seasons and getting eliminated every year. So it's kind of like, oh, who do I pick? The White Sox is a good pick. I'm picking the A's. So that's another team that we're going against each other. But the White Sox do own a good record away from home, which is 17-13. So you did pick a good team. But because the A's, this is the first time the A's have to play more than 1 game, I think they got a chance to win 2 out of the 3. And I think it's going all way. I think it's going 3 games for sure.
Yeah, I maybe. See, the thing with the
you're like, maybe
is you have Giolito, who was the guys that had the no-hitter earlier in the season. And then you have Dallas Keuchel, who has World Series experience, and he's been an ace in a team before.
Yeah.
And on the other side, on the A's, you have Sean Manaea, who's also had a no-hitter in his career, but he's not that ace that we all thought he could possibly be. And Chris Bassett. Chris Bassett's actually been really good for the A's this season.
Mm-hmm.
But, I believe
it's just close, man. It's just too close to call. I think this series is going to be really good. It's going to be a real good series. I think so. Like I said, they didn't go into the playoffs so hot, so I think whoever we pick is just kind of be like, okay, it's just 2 good teams for sure. 2 good teams. Let's move on to the National League. What do you think about the Dodgers and Brewers?
Oh, Dodgers all the way, man.
No questions asked.
Really good a couple seasons ago when we played them in the National League Championship Series
In 2018?
Yeah, but Yelich isn't doing that good this season. They've lost a couple players to free agency. They really only have one good starting pitcher, and Brandon Woodruff, and he's not like ace material. He's more of a number 2. He's a low 3s ERA guy with decent strikeouts, but
yeah.
I really don't think that team's offense, defense, or pitching can really handle up to the Dodgers.
And then the Dodgers own the best record in the major league, so you're going up from a team that actually didn't even play 500 baseball. Their record was 29-31, and then you're going against the best team in the MLB. Like, that's kind of you have to prove something. You have to really play hard. These guys are no slouches. The Dodgers are good. I think for sure they're going to win the series. Maybe Craig Counsell's going to pull one of those things that he did in 2018. Wait till the game starts to pull, to give out the lineup, or, says who's going to pitch, because he did that in 2018. So then Dave Roberts said, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. So it did kind of, throw him off a little. So we're expecting that to happen. But I think the Dodgers are a more better team all around. And I think I'm picking the Dodgers and winning that one. Let's move on to the next series, the Braves and Reds. Who do you got in that one?
That's another tough one, just because the Braves offense is so good. And
they're the best. Actually, they're the best home road team. Best record, and they scored a lot of runs.
I think.
Yeah.
Team. I think the Dodgers were really close to catching them on that. but I think they were only like 2 or 3 runs shy. But
Yeah,
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah. The Braves have great offense, all around. Freddie Freeman, one of our top 4 picks for National
MVP.
League MVP this season. Over 300 average, decent power. But I think it's really pitching wins the playoffs. And the problem with the Braves is they've lost a lot of their pitchers this season. Cole Hamels and Mike Soroka, and I really don't think that they can uh, par up to, guys like Sonny Gray and Trevor Bauer from the Reds.
Okay. So who are you picking on that one? On this one, the Reds,
I
or
think I got the Reds on this
you
one.
got the Reds?
Yeah,
Well,
just because I believe that pitching wins playoff games, and I think that the Reds have better pitching than the Braves.
so this one's kind of equally matched as well, man. Just because the Braves are scoring a lot of runs, they can put up some runs, but you're going up against a pitching staff that's pretty dope. You have the Reds that went into the playoffs. They're going into the playoffs pretty hot. So the Braves kind of got their, I think the Braves. I'm picking the Braves because of the hitting. That's another game we're against each other, so that's a good thing. And then the Reds, they do have a good away record, so it's kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna go after the Braves. So you got the Reds, I got the Braves. Let's go to the next one, the Cubs and Marlins. What do you got?
Honestly, that's an easy one for me. I'm going to say the Cubs.
Cubs.
I
Dang.
see you, Darvish, and John Lester. Both of those guys have been amazing this season. And then you also add Kyle Hendricks into the mix. They got Chris Bryant back from injury, and even though he hasn't been playing to his full potential, he's a former MVP also. I think in the playoffs something just clicks with certain players, and I think that it's going to click with him, and I think he's going to have a really good series, against this team. And all around, Kyle Schwarber and Rizzo, Wilson Contreras. I think they have a really good lineup to match up to the Cubs pitching also. So
I
I'm
think
going Cubs on this one.
I'm gonna surprise everybody and pick the Marlins. So it's a surprising team of the playoffs. I think everybody's surprised that the Marlins even made it that far. So I mean, yeah, I'm picking the Marlins. They got a good road record, which is gonna kind of mess with the Cubs. And they played the Cubs in 2003 when that Barkman or Berkman, whatever, got in the way of the foul ball, and it sent the Marlins to the World Series. And then another fun fact. The Marlins haven't lost any playoff series since they've been in existence. So I'm sticking with the Marlins. Hopefully they don't make it all the way to the World Series because I want our team to go to the World Series, which is the Dodgers. But I'm picking the Marlins in this series for sure. And you're talking about offensively, they're equally matched. The pitching, the Cubs, for sure, they got the better pitching. But I don't know. I think they've been surprising us this 60-game season. So the Marlins, I'm picking the Marlins. Next series, the last series, I think is a pretty exciting one. The Padres and the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me also. I'm going Padres on this one.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals, they have a lot of older players on the team. They got some younger guys too, but I feel like the Matt Carpenter, who should be, he had potential, MVP potential before in earlier in his career, but he just kind of fell off. He had a really good season maybe 2 years ago, batted over 300 with 30 something home runs. But other than that, Molina, he's pretty old. He's not the guy he used to be. I definitely see Molina as a Hall of Famer, but it's getting towards the end of his career. Harrison Bader's pretty good, but Colton Wong, it's like you mention all these names and they're just kind of like mediocre players,
Yeah,
But
and they've been there before.
side,
Yeah, they've been there before playing in the playoffs for a long time, and then you're kind of like, oh, this guy's getting up there already in age. Yeah, I'm picking the Padres as well. They're an exciting team. I think they got a better pitching staff for this series. For a 3-game series, I think they got enough pitching to win it. So, and like I said, they're an exciting team, and they're playing at home. They got a good record at home. So, yeah,
now,
the Padres for sure.
For the Padres, is Clevenger back?
Not yet. We don't know if he's going to be out for the season. There's a lot of news that he's going to be out for the season for sure. But at this point, I think he is. I think that's it. They're counting him out. You got Lement going the first game, I'm pretty sure. And then, you still can Zach Davies on second game, and that can win the series for them. So They got a better pitching to me than the Cardinals, and then they got way better hitting. So, anything else to add before we had sign out?
Nope. I can't wait to get this started. Can't wait till tomorrow.
I know, man. So tomorrow we have the American League playing. There's 4 games, and then the Wednesday there's 8 games, so don't miss that. And then we'll make another video once the series are over and see who won between me and Will. Who picked the right teams? Hopefully I did, and if I didn't, well, we'll analyze that, and we'll talk about the next series for sure. So
need to make some news next time.
Yeah. So you guys want to comment on our pictures or videos or anything, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter account, and make sure you guys subscribe and like our videos. I'm Carlos Baseball. This is Real Talk Baseball, and this is Willpower signing out.
See you guys.